It's Coney Island Chronicle, man. Detroit finest with your man Antonio. Right now I'm gonna break some stuff down about how guys was like hating on younger guys that was hustling and everything. So back in the day they used to be like smoking 51s, right? So that's like cracking cigarettes, cracking weed, cracking cigar, whatever. And back in the day, I used to hustle all down through here. I had this little trailer camp I used to be in down here in this lot. And during this time, hustling, popping niggas, and no drive-bys, walk-bys. It was all walk-bys. But anyway, my man, Plug, and Bati, who's out here in this field right here. Right now, it's all got all type of shit in it, but back then, it was an open field. It just had a little trailer back here. So I come back here, sell my rocks, you know what I'm saying, in the trailer. And it used to be a basketball rim right here. So on that basketball rim, we'll be out here balling like a mug, right? Had the rims, had couches in the alley, you know, had the trailer right here. Customers come on up down the alley. Either way, they hollering. Either or, you know, we was running this neighborhood with something serious. You know, we was alley rats, so we hustled hard in these alleys. So you might have a basketball rim on this rim, on that pole. Over on that alley down there, it might be another basketball rim. So we rotating. So I'm in the alley and shit. Down here in this little field, sitting up with Plug and Bati. We talking smack, smoking our little weed. Coop and Spank come walking down the alley, right? They coming down the alley and shit. We in the trailer right here behind me, smoking, laughing. You know, we young, probably about 13 years old. These niggas, they had to be like 19, 18, you know, so they're a little fast. They come down and come up in the trailer with us and everything. Talking about they got some different type of weed than we got, and they weed is better than our weed. So I love weed. I'm like, well, let's see. But prior, I was over my dad's house, and my dad had put me up on the aroma of cocaine. So he like literally made a 51 and lit it and blew the smoke. So I would know what I'm smelling, what I'm around if I happen to be around it. Bro, I bullshit you not. It couldn't have been 2 weeks after that happened. I come down this way, here these niggas come with the 51, right? So while we blowing our little weed, happy young dudes, you know, we ain't really making no money, but we all right, you know? We young, can't really do too much. But here these niggas come with the crack on us, right? So when Spank lit it, and he passing it around, and I smell it, and I'm like, hold on, don't nobody do no more smoking, bro. I get up out of there. Dog, these niggas on some bull. So I holler at Dirty Harry, like, dog, yo, brother, why that nigga, him and Coop, try to come in there and put some crack on us, dog? So he like, no, man, it wasn't like that. They probably was just doing their thing already, and they had something, but I don't believe that shit. I honestly feel like back then, you know, niggas and females was doing it. Coming up on people, introducing them to 51s, turning them out as little young crackheads. You know what I'm saying? So had my dad not really even piped me out on that, probably had been on a little crackhead tip. But it's a lot of guys that was, you know, they had got their little crackhead situation, and then somebody blessed them and gave them a little plug, but really they crackheads. Their whole nature is crackhead. Just because you made some money and you sold a lot of drugs or whatever, but if you was a crackhead before you started doing that, 9 times out of 10, you still gonna have crackhead mentality, right? So you will have that jealousy in you, right? You will want what you can't have. You will hate on a relationship because you ain't really got none, right? you liable to steal like a motherfucker, you know? So even if you, to me, because I know a lot of dudes that was getting money, but they was like rehabilitated crackheads, right? Now, that don't mean that they wasn't respected, but they wasn't thoroughly respected because nobody really gonna give you no homage if they know you running around here on some fake shit. You know, it's like counterfeit. Counterfeit money, it'll pass, but it's only gonna go so long until you get caught. So, you know, crackheads and smoking crack, and back then how it was, you know, people would try to get you on it, but it's a lot of guys that was running around basing like a mug. They was basing, base heads, you know. A lot of niggas back then was so based out, they didn't even have a chance to have kids. You feel me? Niggas running around 60 trying to be 17 talking about things they never done because they was running around back then smoking crack, bro. Like literally base heads. That's how they was, you know. Guys that hate on you, they'll try to slip you that narcotic because they see that you bought your business. So the guys that I know that was getting money, that was crackheads or rehabilitated crackheads, they always had to be around some thoroughbreds, or somebody kick their dough in, right? Somebody put that mag in their face, right? Somebody will walk up on them and smack them, take their shit, right? So, well, not on the boulevard though. You know, this is my stomping ground. It ain't even about money, you know? It's about your integrity, your character, where you stand on, your principles, what your life like, how your children are, what you bringing into the world now, you know? I love it, I love it, I love it. East Side Boulevard all day, corner to corner, moving around on every which way I possibly felt the need to. You know, right here was my building, 1341. Made thousands, hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Nigga tried to shoot me right here in this back little alley right here. You know, it was a lot of drama going on around this neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? But most of the people lived, a lot of them died, some went to prison, all type of crazy ass shit. But it was never nothing fake. My man Head stayed right here on this corner. You know, Carlos had to run and jump his fence one night, niggas, and shot his ass all up. Hey, it was serious over here. It ain't no fucking hanky-panky and no games played. None whatsoever down this way. I loved it, you know. James them passed right here. They burnt up in the house right here. You know, some good dudes, man. Yeah. Oh, Snake Alley, dog. Old Boulevard. Yeah, this where it was, dog. You know, this field and ferry right here. You know, I'm burnt rubber all through this motherfucker. You know? See, this how you know when guys really bought their shit. Because they can go to their neighborhood. They can walk around. Unless they some snitch rat bastards or some lames that ain't ever really had no place to go. They got embraced, and that's about it. They don't know nothing about the real deal. Coney Island Chronicle, baby. From Mac to Gratiot, Connors, West Side, East Side, Detroit, 313, Coney Island Chronicle. Holla at your main man, Antonio, baby, where we make it happen all day, every day. And to all those that was trying to turn out little young niggas, you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, young dudes wasn't trying to get high. We was getting that money. Now you got all these dudes on lean, liquid heroin. Liquid heroin, that's what it is, liquid heroin. Coney Island Chronicle, baby. R.I.P. to my dog Head. We'll have you on the next feature, baby. Snake Alley, Pony Down, you know how it is, dog. Down there doing your thing. God bless you up there. God bless you up there. You know? Ain't nothing like being able to just roam through your hood. Or for that case, any hood, you know? Any hood, you know? Much love to you, baby. Coney Island Chronicle, baby. Detroit. Detroit, baby. What y'all on out here? You know? So, once again, stay away from all the counterfeit. Counterfeit will eventually be exposed. Counterfeits always wind up being exposed. Detroit Finest 313 in the D. Coney Island Chronicle, baby. What up, dope world? Coney Island Chronicle, baby. I appreciate all the subscribers, likes, comments. All that has truly been beautiful. And I planned on dropping some more explosive content, you know, so be there, be square, you know, stay posted, stay ready, you know what I'm saying? Suck me up like spaghetti. Eastside, Detroit 313 all day, you know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Stay tuned, baby. More Coney Island Chronicles, real true crimes in court. You know what I'm saying? Real crime in court. Because punishment comes with the goddamn on. Nobody get out of this without being punished, unless you running around telling people business. You know what I'm saying? Coney Island Chronicles, baby. We put our motherfucking chests out. We don't sit in no corners with our back against the walls. Eastside, baby, 313. Where your feet at? Let me know.